So today I am doing another product review video for you. As you may or may not have seen, I got a bunch of products from the London Drugs beauty event a couple of weeks ago. I think close to a month ago now. Definitely a month ago by the time you're seeing this video. So today I wanted to review for you the e.l.f. contour palette, which is this little guy. I'm pretty sure these pans pop out, but I haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet. I feel like I'm going to break it every time I try. This is what it looks like inside. It's got a nice big mirror and 4 colors. Got 2 highlights and 2 bronzers or contour colors. So you got 1 shimmery highlight, 1 matte highlight, and then a cool bronzer and a more warm tone bronzer. e.l.f. can be sort of a hit or miss type of brand, but I really have been loving using this palette. They're really great quality, the pigmentation is great, and they seem to stay on my face really well. There's nothing in this palette that I haven't been able to use. I actually used all of these colors on my face today. I highlighted with the shimmery color. I used the matte highlight to set under my eyes as well as on my forehead and my chin. Then I used the cooler color to contour my cheekbones and jawline, and then I used a little bit of the warmer shade just to sort of warm up my face, mostly across my hairline and the tops of my cheekbones. But yeah, they're all really beautiful colors. They blend really easily and they're really nice to work with. Also, the packaging is quite nice. It's surprisingly sort of sturdy feeling for such an inexpensive brand. I can't quite recall how much this palette is, but I'm guessing it's less than $10 because e.l.f. is so inexpensive. It's probably a little bit more if you buy it in the store, like from London Drugs or something here in Canada, but definitely online in American dollars it'll be quite inexpensive. So yeah, I definitely wanted to show you that there is a really great inexpensive drugstore contour option since contouring is so popular now. And as well as swatching these shades for you, I also wanted to compare it a bit to the Anastasia contour kit. Obviously, these are not exact dupes. The contour kit comes with 6 shades and the e.l.f. only comes with 4, but I do think that if you don't have the money for the Anastasia contour kit, or you just can't bring yourself to spend the money on it, or you think there's a lot of colors in it you won't use, which I think is fair. The 2 bronzers I almost never use anymore, but I do think that this could be a really good dupe or good enough type of product for you. So first I'll just swatch these for you. Maybe you can see that right there is the shimmery color. My camera doesn't really want to focus too well today. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully you can see that. Beside it there, you won't be able to see it because it's almost exactly my skin tone. There is the other one, the other highlight. Here is the more warm tone bronzer shade. As you can see, it's pretty fair, which is really good for any pale skinned people. And it's not too orange. It's almost got an orange pinkness to it, which again I think is quite good just as an everyday light bronzer for pale people. There is the contour color. As you can see, it's also a bit darker and much cooler than the bronzer. So those are all of the shades in the palette. My favorite ones to use are the matte highlighter and the bronzer, or the contour color. I use them all the time. These 2 I don't use quite as much, but they're definitely still usable. So now I just wanted to show you how I think they compare to the Anastasia palette. So that contour color is definitely going to be the most like fawn, which is the cool contour color in the Anastasia palette. I don't think, yeah, the Anastasia color isn't quite as dark. That's it swatched just above the contour color. So that's the Anastasia, and that is the e.l.f. It's not as dark, but it sort of has a similar tone, and you definitely, when you blend out the contour color, it's not as dark. Like, just blend it a little bit right there. For the bronzer color, I think it's most similar in tone probably to this one, which is quite a warm bronzer. This one is much deeper, but I think a very similar tone. So that's the Anastasia, and that is the e.l.f. Pretty comparable, I think, for the price point. The matte matte highlighter in the e.l.f. one is a much better color in my opinion than either of the matte ones in the Anastasia. In the Anastasia, I always end up mixing the banana powder and this vanilla powder together to set under my eyes because neither color is quite right for my skin tone. And I feel like the matte one here is a good mix of both of those colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend them together on my hand and show you what I mean. So up top, I've blended the two Anastasia colors, and down below is the e.l.f. color, and I think they're really, really similar. Obviously not exactly the same, but again, I think that this is a really great shade for highlighting under the eyes, and it does actually brighten my skin a fair bit, which is pretty great. The Anastasia shimmery highlight isn't great in my opinion. It's actually quite deep on my skin tone and not that shimmery. So there's the Anastasia one up top, of course, and the e.l.f. one is down below. If the camera wants to, there we go, focus again. So as you can see, for my skin tone, the e.l.f. is actually a much better highlight color. And that is what I'm wearing on my cheekbones today, if you can still see it. It's a really pretty highlight. It's not too intense. So if you don't like a really intensely shimmery highlight, then this is good for you. Or if you just like to have a less shimmery option. So yeah, this is a really great little contour palette, and I would definitely recommend it, especially if you have similar skin to me. I think they might have a deeper skin tone version of the palette, but yeah, definitely for light skin, this is a really, really good option, especially if you don't have or can't get the Anastasia contour kit for whatever reason. So that is everything that I wanted to say about this palette. Let me know if you have tried it out before and what your thoughts were down in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more videos from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys. I'm reviewing the Makeup Revolution Salvation palette in Unicorns Unite, which is this guy right here. And that's what it looks like inside. It's got a bunch of bright colors, mostly shimmers and some mattes.